Hi guys, my name is Carla, I am forever jet-lagged and welcome back to my channel. In today's episode we're gonna have our first Q&A. I have received a lot of questions from you and I decided to make a video where I include most of them in case anybody has the same questions and didn't comment, or just to share a little bit of the answers that I gave. So let's get started. For those of you who don't know, my name is Carla. I am from Romania. I used to work for Emirates Airlines for 4 years until COVID started. That's when I stopped flying, but I don't regret a second of it. I am very happy I did it, and I encourage all of you, if you just think about it, stop thinking about it, start doing it. Now, let's get started with your questions. Some of you asked if you need to know how to swim before you join Emirates. And this I mentioned in a previous video, that you do need to know how to swim, but just the basics. It's not mandatory to be a good swimmer. When you do your ditching training, it's only 1 day and you will have a life vest on. There's no danger and you're in a pool basically. However, it's good to know at least the basics of swimming. And then again, with this question came other questions regarding what other requirements or what other skills you need to know before you join Emirates. You do not need to know first aid. They will teach you in training college. You have a whole week of medical training, and there is no college required by Emirates. Whether it's a cabin crew course, whether it's I heard there's a thing called College of Air Hospitality. Emirates doesn't require any of these things. They prefer that you don't have any training, so they can teach you their procedures, their standards, everything that is related to Emirates. So there is no need for you to do any course, any first aid training, maybe take swimming lessons a little bit. That's the only thing. Another question I got asked was if you need to be in Dubai before applying. No, you do not need to be in Dubai before applying. Emirates sends recruiting teams all over the world. You just need to check the Emirates website on the career page, and there you can see where are they gonna go next, what are the dates, and all these details. But you don't need to be in Dubai. You can join from anywhere, from your home country, from wherever you are. With regards to your CV, I got a few questions asking for how the perfect resume should look like. Again, I think I mentioned it in one of my previous videos. I cannot give you a recipe for the perfect resume. I cannot tell you exactly what to write in it. I can just give you some guidelines. First of all, you need to have a photo in your CV, and it needs to be a professional photo. So not a selfie on the beach, not something like that. It needs to be a professional photo. Secondly, your resume should have 1 page. If it's longer than 1 page, most of the recruiters will not read whatever is on the second page. So don't bother mentioning every single detail of your work history or of your education, because they will not read it. What they care about is if you have any customer service experience and your abilities and skills. Make sure you highlight the customer service jobs over any other job. And then another question that I got was, when you deliver your CV on the open days or assessment days, if you need to put it in a fancy folder. I cannot tell you to put it in a fancy folder or in an ugly folder. The only thing that I can tell you is that it needs to be presentable. It doesn't matter if the folder is fancy or how expensive it looks. It matters that it's presentable and professional. So it's not a pink rainbow folder, it's not a ripped folder or an old folder. It just needs to be presentable. With that, you're all good. And staying on the subject of the interview, I noticed a lot of you asked questions about the process, saying that the process is hard, asking what are the steps between your assessment day, your open day, the final interview. So I noticed there's a little bit of confusion as to what exactly are the steps of the recruitment process. So I decided to mention it here step by step. First of all, there is two ways that you can join Emirates: through an assessment day and through an open day. The open day ultimately transforms in an assessment day. Open day, it means they come to your country, to your city, and anybody can show up with their CV. They don't do it very often because they know that a lot of people are gonna show up. When I joined, it was an open day, so I didn't need to do anything in advance. I didn't need to apply anywhere in advance. I just showed up on that day with my CV. And on an open day, the first thing you do is the CV drop. So you go and you leave your CV, and then they select maybe half of the candidates to start the assessment day. And then on the assessment day, you have your activities, everything that you need to go through, which I talked about in my interview experience video. That's it, basically. Now, to go straight to the assessment day, you need to apply online on the website, or there is agencies that can help you get to the assessment day. They basically filter the candidates and send you an invitation for the assessment day. You cannot join the assessment day without an invitation. So if you see that Emirates is going to have an assessment day in your country, try to find these agencies or try to apply online on the website. You cannot just show up. And then once the assessment day is over, the next step is the final interview. Now is short, they just go straight to the point, a few questions, and that's it. It's about 10 to 15 minutes. And that's the last part of the process, of the recruitment process. After that, you just wait for your golden call, which can take up to a month to get. Don't get discouraged if you hear that some people got it in a week, some people got it in 10 days and you haven't got it yet. Sometimes they will email you, they will ask you for new photos, or they will ask you for some extra information, and only after you provide that information they will give you the golden call. So don't get discouraged. Until you see that rejection email, there is still a chance for you to get the golden call. Another question I was asked with regards to the interview is outfit ideas. Emirates cares a lot about image. Once you join them, you are the image of the company. You need to show that you are ready for that from the interview. So you need to come dressed very professional. I'm gonna give two options, one for girls and one for guys. For girls, it has to be a skirt, knee length, so it has to cover your knees. I recommend pencil skirt, which is office, is very simple, black with a white shirt, or if it's colored, it needs to be like a faded color, a faded pink or a faded blue, not crazy colors, and a jacket on top, also black, the same color as the skirt. For the shoes, stiletto shoes, not very high heels, something that you can be comfortable in, that you can walk confidently in, because you are gonna wear those shoes the whole day and you're gonna have to walk around, so you need to be able to walk on those heels. Always wear stockings. Your hair should be in a bun, not very tight, but neatly, and your bun should not be too high or too low. It should be around in the middle. As to your makeup, don't put too much makeup on. No smoky eyes, no crazy colors, eyeshadow, a beige or a cream, a red lipstick, obviously. As to accessories, no hoop earrings, no crazy accessories, just normal small earrings. Try to remove your piercings if you have any extra piercings. Your nails, either no color, just clear nail polish, or red. And as well, your nails should not be too long, crazy shapes or anything like that. Just normal, classy and professional. And for the guys it's easier. Just a suit with a white shirt and a tie, black tie preferably, is more than enough. Black shoes, you need to be shaved. Emirates does not allow beards, only mustaches. So if you have a mustache, that's also okay. And your hair as well, nothing too crazy. Emirates doesn't allow long hair for guys. So if you have like a man bun, that's not gonna be allowed. That's pretty much it for guys. Just as long as you look neat and clean and professional, you're all good. The next question I got is not really a question, it's more of a comment, but I wanted to include it because I thought it's important. This person said that they don't have their photos ready. There was an open day the next day in their city and they decided not to go because they didn't have their photos ready. As I mentioned in my interview experience video, I didn't have my photos ready either. Of course, I advise everyone to have everything ready, but if you have a chance and you know Emirates is coming, like in this case, the next day, just go. Just try your luck. Even if you don't go through the whole process, at least you have the experience. You get a little bit of the feeling of the interview. You see how the recruiters behave. You see how other people behave. It's always good to have the experience. That was also my idea when I went. I knew I didn't have everything ready. And I said, okay, I'll just go. If they don't hire me, at least I have the experience of the interview. So next time I go, I know what to expect. And I was lucky and I got through and they just waited for me to have my photos ready. So if you don't have something ready, my advice is always still try, still go. You'll never know if you never try, so go for it. Staying on the subject of advice and encouraging, I got another comment from a person basically explaining that they do have some experience in dealing with people, but it wasn't the traditional customer service experience. And they were asking if they should mention it in the interview or in the CV or not. And my advice is always mention any type of experience in dealing with other people, whether it's a restaurant, which is the traditional customer service experience, or a hotel, or as in this case, it was basically some conferences with a lot of people. Whenever you interact with other people that are not your colleagues within your job, that qualifies as some form of customer service. It's good to mention any type of experience in your CV. That will help and that will give you stories for the final interview where they will ask you for situations within your job. So always mention any type of experience, whether it's the traditional customer service experience or just you interacting with other people that were not your colleagues or your boss. Always mention it. Moving on, I got a lot of questions from you guys asking if Emirates hires. Most of the questions, they were with regards to Africa. If Emirates hires people from Africa, from different countries. And then some of you asked if Emirates also hires from India. I want to make it very clear that Emirates hires people from all over the world. They are very proud that they have more than 120 nationalities working for them and that their crew is always cosmopolitan and there is a wide range of culture on their flights. So yes, they do hire from any country in the world, and especially Africa and India. There is a very big community of African people and Indian people in Dubai, whether they are cabin crew or not. There is a big community. I believe it's like the two biggest communities in Dubai. So yes, you do have a chance. Go on the website, check when they will come to your country or to your city. There is a big apply button on the career page. So just apply, upload your CV, and good luck. The next question, I believe it's an important one. This person asked if you can get fired during training, apart from failing the exams. If there's any other reasons that they could fire you during training, apart from failing the exams. And yes, they have a reputation for being very strict. So you need to be on your best behavior during the training college, because you are surrounded by a lot of trainers, a lot of managers, a lot of HR people. so they can see your behavior, they can watch you. Also, another very important aspect for Emirates is punctuality. They always tell you in training college, the aircraft doesn't wait for anyone. You need to be very punctual. You have a bus taking you from your accommodation to training college. If you miss that bus, you have to take a taxi. Sometimes it's understandable, especially in the beginning. Maybe you are jet lagged, maybe you are stressed, you're not getting enough sleep, you cannot wake up in the morning. They do give you a few chances, but if you're constantly late for your classes, then you will get in trouble. I cannot give you a full list of reasons why they could fire you during training, because there is a lot of reasons. But basically the most important ones are your punctuality and the fact that you need to be on your best behavior. So you need to pay attention in class, don't be rude to your colleagues, be inclusive, no racist comments, no racist jokes. All these things, they are very important for Emirates. Also, passing the exams, of course. So these are just few of the reasons that you could get fired during training. And last but not least, I was asked if Emirates offers free accommodation during training. And yes, they do offer free accommodation, but not just during training. You get free accommodation for the entire period of your contract. They have Emirates buildings where they put you. I have a video on that. It was one of my first videos where I explain how it works with the accommodation and everything. But yes, Emirates offers free accommodation for the entire period of your contract. So you will never have to worry about paying rent, where will you live, all these details. They take care of everything, and that's amazing. And that is one of the best advantages of working for Emirates. They are fully aware that you are in a foreign country, and they try to make it easy for you, and they try to take care of everything, so you just focus on the job and on your flights, and that is just amazing. This brings us to the end of this Q&A. If you haven't heard your question here, it's because I had a lot of them and I decided to split them in two parts. One, this first part is about the interview process and some details about the company. And next part, I compiled a list of all the questions with regards to your appearance, your height, all these details, so it's a little bit easier to understand and I can make things clearer. So there will be a part 2 of Q&A where I answer the rest of your questions and any new questions that I will get in the meantime. So make sure you don't miss it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I helped clear some of your concerns and some of your questions. If you have any new questions, as always, leave them in the comments. I will make sure to answer each and every one of you. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, and make sure to check out my previous videos because most of the questions I answer them there in a more detailed manner. I'll see you next week with part 2 of the Q&A. Stay safe and I'll see you soon. Bye!